Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manata. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk.
Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Montauk. Uh, Thanks for being here. If you're listening or paying attention, there is a lot going on. For many people, it has affected them. I think that there's a lot of people out there that are in a position of dire straits, um, mass confusion, and they're, I believe that their will and their desire um, and their confidence in the future uh, is seems bleak to them. I'm really starting to get that feeling from a lot of people that believe that there's just no going back. I mean, you know, we've got, the World Economic Forum, ETAL, uh, continuing this onslaught of divide and conquer, destroying the 99% at every cost, every turn. World leaders across the globe participating, being a part of it, supporting it. They're all aware of it. They're all aware of this insanity that and this heinous 2030 agenda or new industrial revolution or great reset or whatever you want to call it. It's well known. And if you really truly believe that there is a current high level politician or department head that doesn't see or know about the script or the agenda or the program that's happening to us, um, you need to wake up. You just need to fucking wake up. Um, I, since for about 2.5 years, um, did the research, chickadee checked myself before I wrecked myself, went through other sources. Started listening to James Corbett Report, Ryan Christensen with the Last American Vagabond. I've always listened to Combo Couch, Jimmy Dore, um, Kyle Kalinske. I used to, but now he's a tool. Um, what's that guy's name? The Humanist Report, Mike Ferrer. He's a tool. Um, Sadly, Lamar. God, I forget his. Anyway, political soapbox. He became a tool, or he just doesn't get it. And there's a lot of people that do get it. Zune Politicon, um, Misty with Facts on the Ground, she gets it. Convo Couch gets it. Jimmy Dore's kind of slow. I'm just there's a lot of people. I mean, Kim Iverson definitely gets it. Jackson Hinkle, no. He just kind of goes where the wind takes him. Where I don't think he's really steering his boat. It just seems like. Um, and there's a bunch of others. I mean, Conscious Resistance is really good information. Anomaly is good. I've listened to him a few times. Really graceful. That's a good one too. Spiro is good. High Impact Flicks is really good. Um, Recently coming out, within the since 2020, Frank Analysis. Great show, by the way, and good topic yesterday that he brought up. He's concerned about the drama. There's a lot of drama of who's doing what to who and how, and that's not important right now. I mean, yes, people are important to me, loved ones, family, et cetera, that care and truly care about me, and people I care about. That's totally number one. I get that for sure. But I'm trying, like many others, is to help create a better future for my daughter, my sons, their kids, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and the future of my heritage, the lineage. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. I mean, if I miss some people out there, I apologize, but there's some really good stuff out there. Uh, Definitely Roar Media doing good. Hard Lens, yeah, I just don't. Those guys they're just, I don't know. They, there's a lot of people that actually challenged and risked their channels to bring information. James Corbett, Brian Christensen, people that didn't have much of a following. I mean, I had like 700, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, a lot of people. And I had like 400 videos, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know, but I had a lot of subscribers. And then I just started asking questions. Why are we allowing fast food restaurants, and there's about 250,000 throughout the United States during a pandemic, to stay open? Here's my money, here's my card. They're like the worst people we, that you'd want to be anywhere near a virus, because none of them, I would say 98% of them, don't have health insurance, and they didn't have PPE, or personal protective equipment. That was the first thing that went off on my head. Why is this McDonald's still open? And then I'd go back there, and the guy's got blue gloves on with holes in them, and he's passing out food, and they never wash their hands. I mean, it was stupid. So because of that, I just really started questioning what was going on, and a lot of people did. You have to use your critical, analytical thinking to get shit moving in the right direction up here first. You know, make sure that you're asking the right questions, right? So the question was, so why would they leave these open during a pandemic? Why couldn't we just pick up groceries for a while and put everything in lock? Da, 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 and then the questions started stacking, right? So I've always heard Jimmy Dore say, clarity and courage, right? Clarity and courage. I've been the one, and many others, question authority and its sources at every turn. Where's that coming from? Why are they saying all that? We know the mainstream media doesn't do shit for you. When's the last time you gave them $1? Maybe you bought a pair of pants or some fragrance or something. That's one of their smallest donors. If you see a clothing line during CNN or MSNBC or Fox or anything like that, that's their tiniest donors. They get maybe a 12-second or 15-second commercial, right? When you will see, brought to you by Pfizer all over the place, right? Brought to you by Lockheed Martin and Enron and, military industrial complex. They don't care about you. I mean, all these things started adding up and everything like that. And then 2020 just turned into a fucking fiasco. I mean, they were shooting at people for being outside. And then we went to, oh, we need to get the warp speed, and Trump had already bought 200, 100,000, yeah, 100,000 doses, wait, 100 million uh, shots, right, from some company, Pfizer or whatever, Johnson, not sure. And then he in July, and then in May, and then he did it again in August, July, August. But he did it, in 2020. He bought all these shots, and then he um, helped uh, the inflationary and just started throwing out money. If you guys don't understand that, anyway, he's just part of the. He's one of the many puppets of this. There's puppets everywhere. They're puppets, just fucking puppets. But what these puppets don't realize is they're extremely expendable, and they don't even realize it because if they don't do and say and act what the script that's been given to them by their, you know, oligarchic, uh, uh, gigantic 0.001% World Economic Forum ETAL masters, right? If they don't do what they're told and said and everything like that, no matter what the fucking cult is or what alien is controlling, who fucking cares about that? The problem is they're weak, they're meek, they're malleable, they're like clay in these people's hands. And the sad part about it is they don't realize how completely and absolutely expendable they are, just like we are. They don't even fucking realize it because they're so busy buying yachts and land and doing pedophilic shit everywhere. And they're just sick fuckers, and most of them are just just so drugged out of their minds. I've always said we should always make sure we have random drug tests. Could you imagine the amount of drugs that Pelosi has taken throughout her career in Congress? I bet you could fill up a fucking bathtub with the pills she's taken, or pool, or a fucking pool, or her husband has probably drinking the uh, you know Lake Erie size of alcohol. Who fucking knows? But these people are just disgusting. Just they're 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 not. They are criminals. There's no doubt. And all of this is so criminalistic. And the more we start to hear, the more we start to learn, and the more we start to get our information, the more we start to realize that this is really has been just a gigantic scam, right? It made a lot of people extremely, 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 extremely rich, right? Uh, in the past 2.5 years, almost coming to three now. Um, there were there's 2,700 billionaires in the world, and in the past year and a half, about 100,000 of them have been created. That's the fastest ever in the history of the planet of that much wealth. Well, one of my shows, it shows that when the World Economic Forum was created, right, and the gold standard was changed or taken away in 1971, right? WEF created in January, gold standard taken out, I think, in August. Anyway, halfway through the year, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's when income inequality started to skyrocket. That's when that graph started going in a different direction because they were able to move money in a totally different way. And now there's a new system coming up, World Global Digital Banking, which means they can just make up money. They can say, oh, I did a partnership and I got this and I had some kind of buyout or whatever. They make up some fictitious fucking online documentation and whatever they want to do. And next thing you know, they have people with money and it's not, and they won't even need it anymore because they already have the influence and the power. And that's when you start to realize that currency needs to stay. Coin, dollar, that needs to be viable because if the internet goes down, if the power in the world goes down, how are we going to trade, right? Of course, there's the barter system. Of course, there's mutual funding in a sense. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, this, that, and the other thing. Community mutual um, pooling of money and pooling of sources and resources and I'm a plumber, you're this, you're that. But the thing is, you've got to have something tangible that is going to work for us in the future. And it would be good if we had the gold standard again. There's got to be something better. But anyway, um, so with all this happening and everything that started in 2020, early 2020, and all the questioning and and many people understood what was going on. I completely understood what was going on. It's hard to convince, it's harder to convince somebody they've been fooled than it is to fool them. Period. Mark Twain, whoever the fucking coined the phrase, I don't know. But what I do know is that right now we just saw, right? We never tested vaccine against transmission. We just saw that. I mean, I don't know how important I need to say what that means. Okay, Off Guardian did a great, they're just great. They did a great piece on it. And then it, it, and then she brought up it just wasn't right for the marketing. So the marketing and the sales, marketing means money. That's what marketing means. It's bottom line, equate marketing, branding, public relations, impressions, all these different type of advertising tools, etc. All that means money. It's all marketing is just this big package of all that stuff. It just means money for somebody, right? And we know who got a lot of that money: Bill Gates, a bunch of others, whatever. Um, but it's weird because that's up. That was actually said by and she didn't make a mistake and she never retracted it, right? This is an executive of Pfizer who said this information. We never tested vaccine against transmission. We never tested the vaccine against transmission. But a year or so ago, right, you had Rachel Maddow saying, you get it, it's going to take care of it. CNN, you get it, it's going to take care of it. You get it, it's going to take BBC, you get it, it's going to take care of it. Right? And all these motherfuckers that were just falling in line. But the problem is, right, is this is still on YouTube. Right? This is over a year ago. Pfizer says its coronavirus vaccine is 90% effective. And they would say in there, and if you watch it, it's still there. This is today. I just looked at this like an hour ago. Watch these. They're still on YouTube. Against transmission. Right down here it says 95% against transmission. And that went down quickly over the past year or so. Then it was just to help, it was just going to make your systems, your symptoms much not as bad as what they were getting to, right? So I guess that it was working or it wasn't working. I mean, we're not sure because what we're seeing now is we're seeing something totally different. We're actually seeing, and I hope it's like right here because I know I posted it in here quick, where this guy comes in and says, God, that's, I'd like to talk about that, but anyway. So who was it? It was the article in regards to how many millions of people, right? And I passed it. I'm going too fast here. Soon, Twitter. I think is this it right here? No, that's it. Gosh darn it. I need to have these staged better. I apologize. But anyway, 22 forgot about it. The Daily Beast. This is actually how we're living in here. Advisor, oh, this guy's great. This is just recent. Yuval Noah Harari, the number two man at the World Economic Forum. If you have enough data on someone and enough computer power, you can hack that person and you can completely manipulate them. This is Economic, like, number two man. This is what he's saying. And these people are just like, "Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my God, that's just fantastic." Right? What the hell? Let's YouTube subscribe for transmission. Ah, God darn it. But it was something about 20 million people uh, not around anymore due to this puka, I call it. Puka in Hawaii means hole, by the way. And I think those numbers are not that. I don't think those numbers are accurate, honestly. I think it's a lot worse. I think they're going to hide the numbers if they can. I think what's happening now, as I've always said, okay, world digital banking, globalist style, under the control of a handful of people, right? And then they're going to have, um, which is already happening, uh, mass genocide. And I guess that's what the reason why I always get pulled off of YouTube because I say mass genocide. And this comes from you know what? You know what? I mean, we've had hundreds of thousands of reports, just all kinds of heinous effects. VAERS is only reporting a 1%. Only 1% of doctors, hospitals, administrations, elderly care are reporting. Whereas before 2020, they had 75 to 80% of all those same pieces of healthcare reporting. And and the number was much less. Now the number is much higher and only 1%. I'm telling you. And I shouldn't have a smile or a grin or anything on my face. I'm just saying it's just crazy. This is really getting out of hand, and people are gonna start to realize, right? People are gonna realize, and I know everybody's being distracted by Ukraine, and I know everybody in Tulsi Gabbard is out there. This is gonna be a war, and that's she was just on Joe Rogan, and yeah, I can totally see NATO and us lighting up a bomb and blaming it on Russia. Absolutely, absolutely. Just think of all the shit we've done. 9/11, fucking, uh, God, just Contra. I mean, just the fucking list of shit that we've done, right? That we've done to all in the name of, and and sadly, all of this is definitely created by these globalist entities that are out there. BlackRock, Vanguard, right? Um, Chatham House, CFR, Council on Council on Foreign Relations, and all these other entities that are out there that it's just amazing how we've let it happen. Nobody's even paying attention to it. There's a lot of shit happening, and and Frank and Bruno was right. Frank analysis. But stop with the drama. I mean, my channel has all. I mean, we have people that come on, every once in a while, and they talk about certain things that happen. I get that. But I try to keep it very, you know, to the topic of just what I'm trying to do, save the planet and all of its inhabitants, and that includes you. That's always been my MO, my mantra, right? But the thing is I know there are other things that happen out there. And I know that in the past 2.5 to 3 years, it can be very overwhelming for people. And I understand that a lot of people out there will break away or they'll just, I just can't take this anymore. I got to get out. It's hard. I get it. And things will happen. It could be detrimental to your immediate family members or whatever, or maybe you just need a vacation, for 76 days or who knows. But the thing is, I think it's important for people to truly understand that no matter what's happening and the drama and the things that happen and the feelings and I get all that, there's nothing worse than what's happening now. There's really nothing worse. There is nothing worse than what these fucking people are doing to the 99%. And God damn it, we need people to start talking and saying that phrase, the 99%. If I fucking hear the American people or the people, because that paints everybody. I'm talking about the 99% have been getting the fucking shaft forever. Forever. This has got to stop. We have to stop this. Stop the WEF.org. Stop the WEF.org. That is my website. I'll take you there. I want you to see it. I want you to go over it. I want you to learn it. I want you to understand the reasonings why for it and how it works. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. But the bottom line is we have to march against these people. We have to march against their agenda. Stop the 2030 agendas, whatever. We have to stop this. It is so vitally important that we need to stop the globalists. We need to stop the World Economic Forum. We need to stop their entire process. I know many of you think that is going to be extremely, extremely difficult. And I know you think that it's what are you fucking talking about, dude? That entity is so fucking big. There's no way. We outnumber them. Okay? We outnumber them like 10 million to 1. Or wait, like 100 million to 1. Right? And I'm telling you, we can do, and this is why they're trying to get rid of us. This is why they're trying to get rid. They don't want us to grow and prosper. Here's a good question. In 2008, for 76 days, the Democrats had the super majority, and they had POTUS, meaning anything they could have passed would have went through no matter what. There couldn't have been filibuster, it could have been nothing. It just would have fucking worked. What did they do? Roe versus Wade. Everybody forgot about that, right? A living wage. Everybody forgot about that. Uh, Healthcare, Medicare for all. Everybody forgot about that. All of a sudden, just disappeared. The next year, when they created Citizens United. Citizens United that gave more money from more places to campaign finance, which totally blew the reform. Free college, and all this stuff could have been fixed. They don't fucking care about you. They don't care, right? I'm watching bazillions of dollars go to some other nation. The military industrial complex gets an average of about $750 billion a year. No questions asked from both sides. And I'm seeing still to this day that some military person, a lot of military personnel with families, have to go on food stamps or they have to get some kind of help or WIC or whatever. None of that money goes to these people that are human beings risking their lives. The whole fucking system is wrong. It's wrong and it's designed that way. It was never broken, right? It never just broke. It was designed to keep the 99% down, way down, right? You might have some people that might pop up, but a lot of these people, they're like a car accident or some catastrophic event, personal system or whatever, from losing things. It's just the way it is. But these billionaire globalist monarchies that are out there, Rothschilds, et cetera, they're continuing, and it's just we need to cut that pipeline from them to our supposed public servants and department heads. Definitely. It just has to happen. We need we need to shake it up. Get out there, protest individually. You're not with some fucking party. You're not with some cult. We're not with some group, right? You're there for yourself, for your own freedoms, for your First Amendment rights to peaceably assemble as an individual, especially in this country. And there's a human right to do that too. You can speak your mind, right? As long as you're trying to help yourself, that's fine. And you're not, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't hurt people when you're doing it, like they're fucking doing it all the time. See, that's the law. That's the law that people don't realize is I walk around and I'm at the shop market or I'm here, there, and I'm doing my thing, and everybody's so polite. Excuse me, I didn't mean to get in front of you while I went at the grocery store. Sorry, excuse me. Hey, let me get that door for you. Hold it open. I mean, there's polite people everywhere. Considerate, caring, polite, genuine people everywhere, everywhere. And the thing is that's not how they are. They are take, 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 take. The, the way they think, right, is for one, all of us are completely expendable. Like we're cannon fodder, right? Just doesn't, and that's the way it is in their minds. They just do not give a shit about you. They don't fucking care. If you are getting excited, whacking off the fucking princess, somebody and king or prince, this person, I'm telling you, it's fucking stupid. That is the dumbest thing you could do. The dumbest thing you could do is you could fucking praise these people, right? And because they don't fucking care about you, they never have. The point that I'm really trying to make, very important. Get out, protest, revolt peaceably, right? Revolt meaning maybe you don't want to take the fucking puka in your arm, get away from that position because people are mandating, whatever the case may be. But you need to get out there. You need to protest for sure. It just has to happen. Julian Assange, by the way, I'm sorry. Stella told everybody. By the way, everybody, Julian Assange got COVID, right? And then by the way, Epstein didn't kill himself. I don't know. I don't think she understood that. It's a scam, Stella. It's been a fucking scam since the beginning. We're anyway. Um, all I'm saying is we have just the focus needs to be on taking them down. Okay, I understand Julian Assange is a great representative, but I don't see him getting out of jail anytime soon. I really don't. Okay, I really think we should put the criminals behind bar that are controlling, manipulating, and puppeteering, in a sense, our legislators, judiciaries, executives, and department heads. I think we need to take those fucking people down. Right? I think we need to go after those people. Because if you go after those people, you might have the ability or a way to free Assange. Because that's not going to happen unless you take care of the fucking people that are pulling the strings. Does that make sense? Tell me that doesn't make sense. Tell me that no matter how much you beg and plead to get Julian Assange out of the deathbed that he's in, basically, right? It's the people that are controlling it that are still doing it, and they're part of the World Economic Forum, ETAL, others and alike. That's what's happening. You have to go, you don't, you got to take the head off of the fucking snake, right? You have to, and because it's still coiling up around everything, right? Restricting blood flow to our lives. You have to understand what the head of the snake is. What is the head of the snake? You guys know who the head of the snake is? Do you know who it is? Do you know who the one person, the head of the snake? Yeah. No, it's a bunch of them. They're all together in it. It's a giant council. G7, Bilderberg, uh, all these fucking private meetings, They all sit together and see how much more they can fuck the 99% over. That's their job. That's what they do. It's not about us. This entire system for decades has been wrong. Wrong. It's all wrong. It's climate change, it's pollution change. We need to work on the pollution that they're pumping in our bodies, putting in our food, putting in our soil, putting in our water, putting in our oceans, putting everywhere. The whole system is wrong. The whole fucking system has been orchestrated and created to benefit the 0.001% for a long time. This has to stop. Please remember my words. Get out there, protest, revolt, protest. Do not comply. There's tons of information out there now, right? And we need some attorneys. By the way, civil suit coming up, and I'm trying to get some people on this, and I'm going to leave with that. All right. I'll just go to it. What we got here? So go to my blog, of course, but what we're looking at, there's also coming up, let me get to that, I'll show you guys real quick. This is where I can edit the blog, but it's YouTube class action lawsuit. And we're going to do this against all social media. That's been, because everything that we've been saying for the past 2.5 years, or at least I have, and I can't even count how many channels I have now and how many backup channels I have and how many strikes I've gotten from fucking YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, right? Just those three, nobody else. Because those are the three culprits, and they were the biggest, of course. But now it's time to retaliate and go after these people because all that information that's came out now has changed. So all that stuff that I was saying before, they took me down for, but now people are talking about it. People are saying the things that I got taken down for. So I'm going class action, and I think we all should. Anybody that's had a restriction, let's say a year and a half ago, for some of the information, the problem is you don't know. You don't. So that's the biggest. That's the lawsuit. You're taking down my content of me providing money in my pocket from your service, which I get it's your service, but you advertise it that you'd be fair and balanced, but they never were. They never were fair, balanced. You know, PayPal should be fucking, all of them should be thrown in jail. There's so many other companies out there. But I'm doing a class action. I'm going to throw that into my mix. I got a lot of time now, a lot of things I need to do and take care of. So that's coming forward. But anyway, I want you guys to pay attention. Please do what you can to get out there and protest. Look, you got to take down the head of the snake. And then that's when they stop constricting, like a boa constrictor, right? They're, they wrap around their victim and they basically suffocate. That's what's happening to us. The World Economic Forum, ETAL, and the groups that are immediately surrounded in that circle, G. Edward Griffin, you should look rings within rings within rings. This guy's been fucking spot on for a long time. Basically, is telling us we have to go after those people. We have to make sure that those criminals go in jail. We have to make sure that our departments, our legislators, our governments start to work for us and hold them responsible for not doing, if they had any knowledge of this, any knowledge of the scam, which most of them do, they're just as complacent. This is a serious cleaning house moment. Not just cleaning up the dust. We're talking taking out the fucking, all the furniture, the beds, ripping up the carpet, putting in new tack strip, putting in new fucking plumbing, totally gutting out this house. This is what needs to happen. And then it needs to be redesigned to make sure that we're involved, the 99%. Please understand that. Anyway, thank you for being here. This is Jimmy with, I was going to say what word, with Montauk. You guys have a good evening. Remember, protest against the World Economic Forum and ETAL. whatever else you want to say, and then you might get somewhere with freeing Assange. Period. That's a fucking no-brainer. For fuck's sakes. All right, aloha, mahalo, nui loha, doing the shaka, gotta do the shaka. Aloha, aloha,